Podcast. Thank you so much once again for the support. Yes, you see, I am still here with new set, new sponsorship, all the excitement. So we're at Fetish Secretz, located at 9-11 Phoenix Avenue. And also, big up to my brand sponsor, Sperone Moscato. Remember to go ahead and follow them on Instagram at Sperone Moscato Jamaica. Remember, at the end of this video, I'll tell you how you can win 2 bottles of Moscato. You understand? And also, big up to Bridge Official hat and the tracksuit. They're located at 3 Southdale Plaza. You can go ahead and tell them, sir, Karim BwoyatingzPodcast, and they can get some things. You understand? Get a little discount and little things. So the full fit today is by Bridge Official. So big up on yourself, Bridge Official. And today, we have a guest that I've seen going viral on the internet. He calls himself Ghetto Kirk. And we're going to get into his journey. We're going to get into, the viral sensation that he is right now. And also, I've also seen some discourse on the internet about him being condescending to Jamaicans and him taking the patois and trying to fit in, and he's not really Jamaican. So we're going to speak to him about his journey here as a Chinese Jamaican, if we must say. Right? So once again, remember to go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also remember Boy Things After Dark, my radio show on Nationwide 90 FM each and every Wednesday from 8 to 11 p.m. All right, so let's get right into the video. All right, so as you've heard in the intro, we're here with Ghetto Kirk. And I'm really intrigued, to be honest with you. I've seen you've been going viral.
Yes.
I've seen a couple of your videos. And I kind of want to get into your journey just a little bit before kind of going into the viral sensation that you are right now.
Sure.
I've read somewhere or I've heard somewhere that you've been living in Jamaica since you were 3.
Yes.
Yes.
I came here when I was 3 years old.
3 years old, yeah.
And I basically grew up here. I went to school and everything.
What school you went to?
Prep school, let's see. I moved around a lot as a kid because my dad was a chef.
Yes.
So he worked in like different restaurants for his boss who owned like partnerships in them.
Yeah.
And we started out in Ochi Rios. Yeah. So in Ochi Rios, I don't remember what the plaza is called, but if you know where the Burger King is.
Yes, I definitely know the Burger King.
Upstairs, above the Burger King,
Yes.
was a restaurant called Mayflower Restaurant. My dad worked in there as a chef.
Okay.
So that was the first place we were at.
Yes.
And after that, after Ochi, I think we went to, was it Kingston? Kingston. Yeah, in Kingston. And we
Yeah.
moved around in Kingston.
And you went to high school here, obviously.
Yes.
And what high school was that?
Meadowbrook High.
Oh, you went to Meadowbrook?
Yes.
Okay, so technically you're Jamaican then, because you've been here since you were 3 years old.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you also travel back and forth? Well, firstly, where are you from originally? Because I don't
China.
Okay, so from China, all right. Yeah, love that. So you're from China. Do you still travel back to China?
Yeah, to visit my family.
Yeah. The cultural shock, I mean, at 3 years old, you can't remember much now looking back then, but I can imagine there was like a cultural indifference somewhat.
Not really, because when I was 3, when I came here, everything was new to me, but it wasn't much of like a shock.
Yeah.
Because I was always an adventurous kind of kid. Rude, but adventurous.
Yeah, okay.
So I just took everything as it came along. I run up and down, play with all the kids, and went to school and everything. School was, I have a story about preschool, which was very interesting. My mom dropped me off with my friend at preschool, and basically my friend was freaking out because, you know, preschool, some kids, they cry and a new environment and all that stuff. When I got there, I was like, why are you crying?
Right. So you've always had that personality then as a child. Yeah.
Mom is coming back at 2 o'clock.
Right.
Why are you crying?
What are you about for?
Exactly, pretty much. Right. And then, preschool, after preschool, I went to a school in Ocherius called St. John's Prep. I don't know where to find it now, but it's somewhere in Ochi, up in a hill, somewhere. St. John's. After St. John's, I went to Holy Childhood. After Holy Childhood, I went to... Oh, I'm really jogging my memory now.
I'm on a whole school go on, Kirk.
Yeah, I moved around.
A
lot. After Holy Childhood, I went to... I think I did 1 year at St. Peter and Paul. I'm not exactly sure. I think I did 1 year at St. Peter and Paul. And then after that, I went to... Oh, geez, there's so many. I remember I did 5th and 6th grade at Stella Maris Prep on Shortwood Road.
No man, all about school.
There's a memory blank in there, somewhere.
Kirk, you're full of school, but like, I don't know you. All about school, I go.
Yeah, I moved around a lot because
and then you went to
parents,
Meadowbrook. So you really liked high school and the schooling system here in Jamaica? No. No, why?
Because I have a bitter taste when it comes to high school. Right. The reason being, when I was leaving high school, they didn't allow me to go to sixth form.
Same.
For a technical reason, right? So to go to sixth form, by the school, it was required for you to have maths, English, and 3 other subjects.
Yes.
I did 8 subjects. I passed 7.
Yes.
Except English.
Oh.
And they wouldn't allow me to go into sixth form because of that.
My question is, okay, so both your parents are Chinese, yes? And you've been living in Jamaica for basically all of your life. My question is, you said that you failed English language as a subject in high school.
4 first.
Was English hard for you to grasp the concept of it, even though you've lived here?
Yes, it was difficult. Like in my brain, the English part of my brain didn't really fully develop per se until like after I left high school.
Yes.
Right, because I grew up with 2 languages.
Yes.
Right, Chinese and English.
Yes.
So it's like growing and learning both at the same time. So it's like you have 1 cup, which is your brain, and you're trying to fill these 2 buckets of water.
Right.
But you kind of have to go and get the water every time only by 1 cup.
Yeah.
How do you fill which cup first?
Kind of
I
understand.
You know?
So you speak Chinese still?
Yes.
Can you just say something in Chinese for us right now?
Well, I said it on my most recent video, which was like, good morning. I taught them how to say good morning boss, which is like, 早上好老板.
Okay.
Right?
And
which
that's
is good morning boss. In Mandarin, which is not my native tongue. My native tongue is Hakka.
Okay.
Right? Hakka.
What's the difference?
The difference is like, it's huge. There's different dialects. You know how like country patois don't sound like town patois?
Definitely.
Right? So it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But more extreme when it comes to Chinese.
Okay.
Right? Because Chinese is more far apart because the country is bigger.
Yes.
So words it don't sound the same anymore once it changes over to certain dialects.
Right, okay. Understand. So you went to high school here. What happened after high school? After the sixth form program was not successful for you. What happened after that?
After that, I redid English.
You redid English?
Yeah, I redid English. I got a 2. And then I did accounts with that. Missed the exam completely. Yeah, that was my bad on my part. I'm sorry, Dad. I wasted your money.
Were you ridiculed in high school for being from a different country, for being Chinese, basically?
Not really.
No?
No, not as much as...
They never call you Chinaman?
No, that's fine. I'm used to that.
So you don't really mind that?
I don't really mind. Like, I am
Right. Yeah.
You know, a Chinaman.
Yes.
I didn't mind that. Most of like the stuff that happened to me growing up was in like prep school and the younger phases when kids didn't really know much,
Yes.
kind of thing, right? So I would get made fun of at the younger stages in like grade school.
Yes.
They called me, my face was flat. they said all kinds of things. Like
Right.
my hair looked like the broomstick or all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Because my hair was really straight when I was younger. Now
Yes.
it got wavy. But it was
So you've kind of
straight.
gotten used to it.
I've gotten used to it.
Over time.
It's made me develop a thick skin.
Yeah.
You know, not to think into what people are saying so much about me.
Yeah.
Especially when it's negative.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay, so then you redid English, you've passed it, and then what happened after that?
After I redid that, yes, this is the interesting part of my life, or one of the more interesting parts. Basically, my dad sat me down and told me, well, you have two options. One, you go to university and don't know what you're going to do in life,
Yes.
because I honestly did not know what career path I was going to go in, right? I wanted to be a pilot in my head, but I found out I was too short at the time. And there's a height
There's
requirement.
a height requirement.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
I don't know if they still do that now,
Well, actually, come to think of it, I think that they still do that, to be honest. Yeah.
but I think they should make adjustable chairs.
Boy, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Why do you not have adjustable chairs in an aircraft?
Right, yeah.
Right, but yeah.
Yeah.
They had a height requirement. I don't know if they still have, but I was at the time I think 5'4" or something.
And how tall are you now?
5'6"
Okay.
thereabout, or 5'5" thereabout. 166 cm,
Yeah.
which is still considered short in most cases.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, gave up on the pilot dream. I wasn't going to go to university and do something I wasn't passionate about, or had no idea, just breezing through it. Or
Right.
whatever, right. I don't like doing things halfway.
Yes.
Right. So the other option was, Dad said I could start a business. I was like, all right, cool. What kind of business? Same kind of business they've been doing, which is the wholesale.
Right. So whilst he was a chef at the restaurant.
No, we gave up the whole restaurant business.
Yes.
And he went into the wholesale business.
Yeah.
Yeah. During the time we were moving around in Kingston, we basically, he started his own business.
Right. Okay. My question to you now is, so you've started a wholesale, and it was your wholesale.
Yes.
You didn't have any experience with running a business. I
Oh
would assume.
no! My experience was being dragged
Yes.
to the wholesale every weekend on Saturdays
Right.
when I was a kid. I don't
Right.
get weekends. I didn't get weekends as a kid growing up. Right? Every Saturday, Mom was like, "You come into the store. You can
Yes.
sell customers. You can pack the shelf, all that stuff."
Right.
I didn't get Saturdays. Only
So you
days
basically
like
have
Sundays.
seen them running the business, and you kind of understand like what's up. Okay, so this one was yours now.
Yeah.
Yours
At 17.
at 17. How was that for you though?
A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Because my dad literally said, "I'm going to help you once,
Yes.
and only once." Can I curse?
Well, you can if you want to.
So if you,
Yeah.
it's on you,
Yeah.
and I'm not lending you money ever again.
So they gave you the capital to
Yeah.
start the business, but then you would have to do the ordering of the goods and the staff and everything, but on your own.
On my own, yeah.
So obviously at 17 years old, like this is a lot of pressure, all of that.
Yeah, it
How
was.
long has that been now?
It,
Without trying to disclose your age, but how long has that been?
I'm 33 now.
Okay, so that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, years that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you took it on, you took on the mantle, you've opened this business, and I'm assuming that with every business, you've had challenges.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
The first
The
challenge.
first thing that made you say to yourself, yo, I really can't do this right now. Like, this is just not for me.
I don't think that ever came to my mind. The
Yeah.
only thing that was on my mind was, I need to pay back that debt.
Yes,
I need to prove my dad wrong.
yes.
That was the mentality I had, and I'd go and work and work and work, and then I think like after maybe 1.5 or 2 years,
Yes.
I finally paid off the debt.
Really? So
Yeah.
that's successful.
Yeah,
And where was this business?
in downtown.
In downtown. All right. So you were from Ocho to Kingston. I'm assuming that you lived somewhere probably middle class-ish to uptown. I'm assuming, just based on my assumption.
Depends when.
Oh, so you moved around a lot. Right.
No,
all right. So then you have this business in downtown Kingston. Even though you would have had experience with your family's business and, going there and all of that. But tell me the experience, like having a business in downtown Kingston. Downtown Kingston kind of rough sometimes. Like, me can't tell you that. Like, me personally, I can't count by my hand how much time you go downtown.
Listen,
I can't tell you that.
It's not kind of rough.
Yeah, rough bad.
It's rough.
Bad.
Rough.
Yeah.
Downtown has
a lot of different characters and personalities.
definitely.
Yes.
And it kind of made me like in a tougher mindset because of all that.
Yeah.
And of course I've adapted to how to deal with difficult people and all that kind of stuff as well. So I kind of like the experience, even though it was pretty rough. I don't mind it. Yeah.
So you've had this business for over a decade, obviously, and it's been doing well.
No, I'm not there now.
Oh, you're not there now?
Yeah.
So you've relocated?
So, all right. After the whole downtown thing, after I paid off my dad's debt and everything, I think continued for like up to 2.5 years after opening the business. Sold the business, went back to work for my parents.
So why you sold the business?
Because it was a lot of stress.
Yes.
The stress was getting to that point where it's like my sanity or money.
Yeah.
My sanity or money. I went with sanity.
And you went back for your parents?
Yeah, I went to work back for my parents, but because at the time, their business was really taking off, right? They were importing goods to distribute and stuff, and they needed the extra hand, right? Especially someone you can trust in business is always a very good asset, right? So I helped them distribute goods during that time.
At this time of you like selling your personal business to go back into your family's business, like did you at any point feel like you were a failure? Maybe no. No.
Because I took the money that I sold the business for and invested it wisely.
Okay. I love that. So you're still there now at your family's business? No. All right.
There's a whole lot of chapters in
So
this
then
story.
you went back to your family business after 2 years, and you were there for how long?
I was very long. 5-8 years possibly.
8 years.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
After that, I went to Spanish Town.
To Spanish Town?
Yes.
To open your own business?
My own business.
Again? Okay. And you're still in Spanish Town?
Yes, I'm still in Spanish
So you're
Town.
still in Spanish Town?
Yes.
So this is now your second time, your second rodeo now at your own business. You have the experience, everything. I'm assuming is going well financially.
The economy is horrible. I'll tell you straight up. The economy is horrible right now, so it's not really doing good.
Yes.
Right. Just because I'm a Chinaman with a wholesale don't mean like nothing.
I mean, that's the assumption that Chinese.
That's rough.
Yeah, man. So the wholesale and so Chinese people always make the bag of money. Like that's the assumption.
No, it's rough.
Yeah.
Because like ever since COVID hit, it's been really rough. Right. Business is not as good as it used to be.
Yes.
Right. So, for example, if I had taken out that loan from my dad to start my first business during this time, I would not be paying that off.
Wow. All right. There's this misconception, or maybe not a misconception. There's some facts to it that Jamaica is now filled with Chinese and that we're now basically owned by Chinese, and every wholesale and supermarket you go is owned by Chinese, and when you go downtown, all the business places are owned by Chinese. And
Indians too.
Well, yeah.
And they're Jewish.
But what do you think about that, though? Why do you think that there's a high number of Chinese residents right now? Well, Jamaican residents, obviously, but Chinese living in Jamaica, owning like wholesales and all of that. Like, why that transition?
I think it's a cultural thing.
Yes.
Right? Because like most of the Chinese I know, they are very business driven.
Yes.
Right? So a lot of them, even if they don't have like the money to start their own business, they do something like what I did. Borrow from your parents.
Yes.
And, start your own business and work your way up, right? And sometimes if their parents don't have it, well,
Yes.
they come out here, they work, they save their money until they get enough, and then start a little small hustle, and then build their way up that way as well, and then open their store. So I think because the culture in Chinese, and in a lot of Indians as well, they're very business minded,
Yes.
meaning like ultimately they want to be their own boss, right? They want to own their own business and all of that stuff. I don't think many Jamaicans think that way in terms of like owning their own business.
Yes.
It's more westernized to say, all right, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to study hard, I'm going to be a lawyer, doctor, accountant, those professions,
Yes.
right, which aren't really businesses per se,
Yes.
right? Those are more careers,
Yes.
right? So I think the West is more career driven,
Yes.
and the East is more maybe business driven.
Yes.
In that sense.
Okay. Now you've gone viral. I've seen a lot of your videos all over the internet, and I think the first one that I saw was. What was the first one that I saw really? I think the first one was you were basically saying that, you know, if you can't read, it's okay. But if you can't read and act like you can read, then it's a problem. I found it hilarious, to be honest, but a lot of Jamaicans actually were just like, you know, you're being condescending to Jamaicans, because a lot of your content are kind of a spin on Jamaicans who would come to your business place. So a lot of people, especially on social media, have been saying that, you know, you're being condescending to the persons who've supported your business and your family businesses and things like that. What do you say about that, though?
That's a tough one, because when I was making the first video, I didn't really think much about it.
Yes.
Just made it, and like I just said what happened to me.
Yes.
Right? I told my story on what literally just happened in my store with the lady giving me attitude, and you know, the issue I have with that is like, yeah, you're spending your money,
Yes.
right? But what excuse do you have to be rude, right? Just because somebody works in the service industry, right? This is in like call centers and other businesses as well,
Yes.
right? You going in to buy something, or you know, going to a restaurant, why are you being an asshole to the waiter?
Right.
Why are you being rude to the call center
Right.
people who have nothing to do with your problems?
Right.
Right? They're just there to try to help you. You don't need to give them an attitude.
Yeah.
Right? Even when I like say order something online and I don't get it for XYZ reason,
Yes.
don't call the customer care people and cuss them out. Like,
Yeah.
why would you do that?
So you weren't trying to be condescending in that time?
No.
No.
That wasn't the intent.
So what about the Jamaicans who are just like, well, you know, you've been condescending to us as a people with all your videos, and then them even have a problem with you naming yourself Ghetto Kirk. Now tell me, where did that name come
Hold on,
from?
before I get to that.
Yes.
Before I get to that, like, what they seem to forget, maybe because of how I look,
I think that's it.
right? I am Jamaican too.
Yes.
So if I'm being condescending to Jamaicans,
You've been
I'm
condescending
being
to yourself.
condescending to myself, because I am a Jamaican. As I
Yeah.
said on Smile Jamaica, right? I gave up my Chinese citizenship
Right.
to have Jamaican citizenship.
Right.
If I'm criticizing Jamaicans, I'm also criticizing myself.
Do you think that we were being hypocritical in that approach? Because if a Jamaican, like somebody would look at me, like did that, people would find it hilarious.
That's the thing.
Do you think
I don't
that's it?
think anybody would say anything
Yeah.
like to that effect if it was like, say, a dark-skinned Jamaican saying that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think that would ever happen.
Yes.
But all the controversy came about because I look like me.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Okay. The Ghetto Kirk.
The Ghetto
thing.
Kirk,
Because people
no.
have a problem with that too, apparently.
I don't know why. That's the funniest thing.
Because they must say you know about ghetto struggles and ghetto pain, and you shouldn't name yourself Ghetto Kirk. And
That's the funny thing. It wasn't me that named myself Ghetto Kirk.
Right.
Right. While I was in downtown, the name kind of came on me. But I think it was either one of my customers or one of my friends who came to the store regularly. Right. Because every time they came to the store, I'd talk patois to them.
yes.
Right. So we had that close interaction with each other, and they say, he was like, started eventually calling me Ghetto Kirk.
Yes.
Right? Because he's from the ghetto and
Yes.
whatever. And then he's like, yeah, real youth, yeah, my brother and whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. So he was the one who initially called me Ghetto Kirk, and then from ever since, which was like, what, 10 years ago while
Yeah.
I was in downtown? Over 10 years. It just stuck in my brain. I was like, you know what? Fine.
Ghetto Kirk.
Ghetto Kirk it is. Also,
Not
I
until-
kept the name because it's controversial.
Yeah.
Right? They might not remember what I look like if they were to draw me.
Yes.
They might not know my content.
Yes.
But if they hate me enough for choosing the name Ghetto Kirk, at least they'll remember.
What is your real name?
Jia Zhang.
Jia Sang.
Jia.
Jia?
J-I-A.
Jia? Sang?
Zhang.
Zang.
Z-H-A-N-G.
Okay. Okay, so then even the name Ghetto Kirk, so, well, before, okay, the Patois video, I think that was the first one that I actually saw. Come to think about it now. That was hilarious to me. Because you're just like, you know, people are expecting you to have this, I don't know, Chinese accent, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, people kind of expect you to have this
Crazy
Chinese accent, and you've been living in Jamaica all of your life. 30 years, you're Jamaican. So you talk Patois.
Yeah.
Why people have a problem with
I
that?
don't know. I really don't know. They say if you try to understand mad people, you'll go mad. So I don't try to understand them.
Right,
What
right.
am I supposed to speak?
Right.
I speak English, I speak Patois, I speak Chinese, I learn a bit of Spanish, which I probably forget most of it by now.
Yeah.
And different dialects of Chinese. What are they expecting? I don't know.
So around your friends, like just sparring with your brethren, them, like you speak Patois and everything.
Depends who I'm with.
Depends who
Right,
you're with.
because here's the thing. If you speak Patois to me, I'm going to reciprocate
Yes.
and speak Patois to
Yes.
you. Right? You meet people to where they are.
Yes,
Right?
naturally.
Naturally. So if you're speaking Patois, I'll speak Patois. If you're speaking English, I'll speak English. Just like that. If you're
Yes.
speaking Chinese, I'll speak Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have children? No.
No, not yet.
So when you're speaking to your family, you guys speak Chinese.
yeah.
All right, Kurt, I have a question for you, right? So I've been to the wholesalers before, and like when you guys are like upset, and, right, with the customers and not talk to each other, and they're talking in Chinese, we not chat to sometime, don't it? But know so that chat to sometime, Kirk. Listen to me, one. But know so sometimes and I say, why them not going to them yard?
Some of them do that. Some of them do that because like they're venting their frustration.
Yes.
Alright, so okay, I get that. But I can say from the Chinese people, sometimes they can be a little bit more patient, depending on the situation, of course.
Yes.
Right? They can be a little bit more patient, and then for the customers, everybody can be nicer to each other, is what I think about
Yeah.
the situation.
But I mean, I think that Jamaicans do it too. Like, if I go to like somewhere in America that's a prominently white community, and I might be in a restaurant or a store with an ex-Jamaican, and I don't want you to understand me, I say, I got talk Patois. So I don't really say anything wrong with it, but you know Jamaican people complain about everything. Do you think that, question, are Chinese also in the different Caribbean islands?
Yes, they're everywhere.
Like how they're a lot in Jamaica. Like, I'm not telling a lie, no, Kirk. Like when I go downtown, like, I don't see no black-owned businesses.
It's rare.
Chinese
It's
thing.
rare. It's true. It's rare.
So they're everywhere. Yeah. Okay. And you have no plans on leaving Jamaica to move back to China?
You seen the brain drain rate right now?
Oh, so you plan for cut?
Listen, if
Yeah.
I get a chance,
Yeah, you're
and I have
gone.
better opportunities,
Yeah.
I'm taking the better opportunities.
Yeah.
Not saying I won't come back,
Yes.
right? Because my heart is here.
Yeah.
Because I grew up here and everything, so I'll always come back and visit and whatever. But like, if the money there abroad,
Yeah.
then I go with the money there.
Yes. Well, I'm not wrong here. Because same. I mean,
Out here
yeah.
is
No man,
very
Jamaica rough
difficult.
one. No man,
It's
Jamaica is
difficult.
rough. I don't think people understand that, especially like you've been an entrepreneur, business owner, whatever the case is, living in Jamaica and to make ends meet and to actually like survive and have goals in Jamaica, it's hard, bud.
Listen, it's
I'm not
so
telling
bad.
you.
Going to the supermarket is a horror movie for me,
Yeah.
okay? Every time I go to the supermarket and I reach the cashier, I was like,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man, same.
how much the bill I go reach?
Yeah. Yeah, man, yeah. No, man, Jamaica
Like,
rough.
it's horrible.
Jamaica rough. Like right now, $1,000 can't buy nothing.
They can't. Really
$1,000 cannot buy you anything. A
It's-
meal, nothing. Yeah.
It's hard.
So you enjoy TikToking? You do?
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Okay.
It's very fast paced.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot more fast paced than like YouTube or
Instagram or whatever. Yeah.
Because TikTok, I don't know what's up with TikTok's algorithm, but like once
It
people
is
start
wild over
liking
there.
your
Yeah,
video,
man. Yeah.
it just goes.
Yes. So, can you see yourself like doing anything else other than like a businessman? Like, can you see yourself like venturing into like anything else in your time?
If I have the talent for it, maybe acting.
Acting?
Yeah, if I have the talent for it.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm still in the phase of, can I do it? Maybe I can.
Yes.
I'm going to try, kind of thing, right? So nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? I might try acting. I'm going to like eventually go into more serious content with my videos.
Yes.
Right. So it won't be comedic all the time.
Yes.
Right. So I have plans. I've started writing a couple episodes of like stuff that I'll work on in the future, and it's not.
You do producing as well, or directing? Do you? Like music videos and then look at something there.
I did a few things in the past, but those are like personal projects.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because me and my friends, we did free running. I don't know if you know what free running is. Parkour.
I know.
Jumping over buildings.
Oh, the excitement.
Yeah.
Okay, like Jackie Chan and something.
Yes.
Okay.
So in the past, my friends did a whole lot of acrobatics.
Yes.
Right. I did gymnastics as well. I can't do that anymore.
Yes.
You know, age. But yeah, I filmed a few videos back in the days with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us 3 things about Ghetto Kirk that nobody knows that might be like a surprise.
Well, regarding
my
one of
viewers.
your statements about like what people said that I don't know anything about suffering, I did not grow up in a bed of roses.
Yes.
Right. When I came here, I said it on one of my Instagram posts recently. When I came here, I was living in a 1-bedroom with my parents sleeping on the same bed.
Wow.
Right? So it wasn't a very luxurious life to any means. Right? When my father snore in the nighttime and wake me up, I heard it.
Yeah.
Right? When I was 5 years old trying to sleep and then wake up in the morning to go to school, I heard all that snoring. Right? And when my sister was born, we were still on that same one bed.
Yes.
Right? How we fit on it, Lord knows.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So it's kind of like a misconception.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It was like a 1-bedroom with like, I think it was a queen-size bed.
Yes.
With 4 of us on it. And sometimes my dad would, you know, since my sister was born, he would volunteer to like sleep on the floor and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Right? Because man of the house, you know, you have to make your family good. Right? Which I respect. So like, it was a 1-bedroom in a shared house. Right? So we didn't have our own house until like when I was maybe in my teens.
Yes. So life wasn't like a bed of roses, like growing up, like I can never have it. Okay, that's one. And give me 2 more.
2 more? In what regard?
Anything that the viewers or your followers
Might not know.
might not know about you. Being a great businessman, and other than.
I think I'm a great businessman, to be honest. Otherwise, I'll be much better. I think I'm better with investing than business itself, which are kind of slightly separate worlds.
Yes.
Right. So if it's like coming to like picking stocks, I'm good with that.
Yes.
Right. I'll do my little market research and understand. Okay, do I think this stock would raise and all of that stuff? So, for example, like Tesla, I bought Tesla before it shot up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you have money, man.
Okay, cool. No.
Yeah, man, you have money, man. You go and do Ghetto Kirk.
That's just a smart business investment like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes.
Right. So investment-wise, I have a little talent with that. But business-wise, I don't think I'm very good with business. I don't know how to deal with the faster pace stuff as well as I deal with like the slower pace stuff for like long-term investment versus short-term investment. I think that's one thing. In terms of talents, I think I hinted at this. I know how to fight.
Like karate and something?
I'm a black belt in Taekwondo.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You learned that in Jamaica?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I kind of just feel like, well, Let me not say that.
I'll try to.
But I don't know why I feel like say alt. And I know that, yes. But yeah, it just kind of just seem like, all Chinese knows taekwondo and karate, whatever the case is.
It's in the culture, but it's not as prominent.
No?
No,
So you're a
especially
black
nowadays.
belt. So you're a black belt. Okay. And you did that in Jamaica here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay, nice. Oh, I love that. So if a boy step to you in your wholesale, you can defend anything?
Well, I don't have to. I have people to deal with that, but
Oh. All right. All right. Let us know also where we can follow you. And where is your wholesale in Spanish Town?
it's in...
Because I don't really know Spanish Town, but still tell me, for the viewers.
Well, if you know Cumberland, then...
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I think anybody who would like to find me should message me on Instagram then I direct them from there. Because the street I'm on, it doesn't have like a legal name or official name. Because 3 years ago I checked it, it was one name. Next year I checked it, it's a different name. It's weird. Because it's a little lane, like a tiny little lane. Just message me on Instagram. It's off Cumberland. And
Okay. And you're open every day of the week?
No, from Monday to Saturday.
So you don't open on Sundays?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
I used to, but then I needed the time to get goods from my store on Sundays and just rest.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And where can follow you on social media?
At Ghetto Kirk.
On all platforms?
Yeah, Ghetto Kirk. Ghetto_Kirk, I think is the handle that I used. Yeah.
Would you go into YouTube and show a day in your life, look at things like that, like
Vlogging?
YouTube vlogging? Would you do vlogging for YouTube?
I think it would. Yeah, it's actually a future idea, but I'm
show your
not sure
family
if
and them
people
stuff
are
something.
interested.
No more people interested, what do you
I'm
mean?
not sure.
No more people that make a content, man, Ghetto Kirk. Man, I ask, I know a lot of people, especially on Twitter, they would take your videos from TikTok and post them on Twitter, and people used to. Well, yeah, please come over there. But people, they really love your content. I can tell you that. And I don't know if that's me just grow different. I don't really have a problem with what people are complaining about. I don't know. Marlon, question. You've seen the discourse about him and his content, yes?
I have. I didn't pay much attention.
Right. Do you have a problem if a Chinese person, if a Chinese is speaking patois and they've lived in Jamaica basically all their lives?
They're not qualified to live in Jamaica. They're Jamaican.
Right.
It does say out of anyone people's side.
Right.
I have friends that are white that I'm in here.
Yeah.
Who speak
Same. Yeah.
I am Jamaican. I'm using standard English.
Yes.
I'm not from England.
Right. I just wanted to just know if I just me alone ever have a problem with it, because when I saw the conversations and the discussions.
What I saw,
Yes.
I don't think the controversy arose from the use of patois. I think you touched on it, but people were wondering whether or not you were being
Condescending, right.
Because I think they took it from, and I think this interview is going to do a whole lot in actually presenting an image of you in terms of personally seeing more you. Because I think what they thought is remove the Chinese, it would just be, if you took somebody that is quote unquote very narrow,
Yes.
even touch on tongues.
Yes.
Tongues is seen as
Yes.
if she made a comment, people would be like, okay, I think the word used was more classism.
Classism, right, yes.
That was the buzzword because they're thinking, oh, this is a tongue making fun of people. Oh, they didn't have the same opportunity.
Right.
Blah, blah.
And not knowing, but no, yeah.
Presenting Jai Zhang, you said, right?
Yeah.
Jia Zhang. I think presenting you in this manner, people seem that they're like, okay, cool. Somebody probably said, oh, why wait?
Yeah, right.
I think that is what this interview project that sort of effect.
I love that. So you said that you're not on Twitter, but you're on TikTok. You're
TikTok,
on
YouTube,
Instagram, and you say you might do a little vlogging.
Yeah.
They might.
It's an idea.
Well, you can just start it and see how it's received. I know for a fact that I would watch. No jokes about that. But I must say, big up yourself. I love what you're doing. You've shown a different side to the Chinese Jamaicans.
Which a lot of people don't know.
Right, because
it's a better roses, it's not.
Definitely, and I'm very appreciative that you stopped here to also speak about you and your struggles also growing up like a regular Jamaican, like the whole of it will go through things. So, you know, thank you so much once again for stopping by. I'm appreciative of it. I'm not telling a lie. As I message him, the man say, yes, I am open in doing the interview, and I love that, right? So big up yourself. But before the end of this, so this is going done right now, but we're going to play a little game, right? So, I forgot throw some more things in your cup because I forgot drink and all these things.
Oh,
big up to Sperone. Once again, Sperone Moscato, big up on yourself. Thank you so much, my lovely sponsors. So right after this video, tell me your name once again.
It's good, by the way.
How is it pronounced? Jai?
Gia.
Sang?
Zang.
Zang. Why am I going to know? Ghetto Kirk, big up yourself.
Yes.
Thank you so much for stopping by on BwoyatingzPodcast. And once again, I do appreciate you. But the next video, or the next part of this, you're going to see us. We're going to play a little game in Ghetto Kirk. And we're going to drink on today's Sunday. Yeah,
I have to drive.
Oh, you have to drive? Well, drink responsibly.
Yeah,
right? Drink responsibly. We don't drink and drive around here. You understand? So big up on yourself once again. This was BwoyatingzPodcast. Ghetto Kirk, my guest. Big up yourself, son.